After a period of over 6 months, the state of Maharashtra is again preparing itself to put, the state in an action mode as far as election is concerned. It is the civic poll body election that will be taking place here in the state after a rather long time, hopefully before the end of the year 2025. Now, why is this interesting? Because a lot of dynamics have changed from what was the case in November 2024. Well, a lot of alliances, the nature of those alliances have changed. The power position and power dynamics within both the alliances, that is Mahavikas Aghadi and Mahayuti, which is in power with a huge majority, even that has changed. And the personal relationships between a lot of leaders across the political spectrum of the state of Maharashtra has also undergone some sort of change. And one name that stands out when we talk about preparation for the upcoming BMC or civic poll elections across the state is that of the Thackeray family. Over a month and a half ago, both the Thackerays gave themselves or each other hints about a possible reunion. It all started with that iconic interview by Mahesh Manjrekar of Raj Thackeray, wherein he said that for the larger or the greater good of Maharashtra, he wouldn't mind joining hands with Uddhav Thackeray. And the same was reiterated by his elder cousin days after that, or literally hours after that interview released on social media. But what happened after that was a bit of anti-climax, because both the Thackerays then went to, for their foreign tours for personal or private reasons. And then after they came back, the discussion about the same died down a bit. But since last 1 week or so, the discussion has rejuvenated and has taken a rebirth as far as, the local workers or leadership of both these parties is concerned. There are two incidents that stand out in this entire matter. Firstly, the reunion of the workers of Shiv Sena, UBT and MNS in Dombivli and in Nashik, and the statements exchanged by the senior leaders of both the respective parties. But when we talk about reunion, it is not as simple as it might seem to a naked eye, to a distant observer. And the reason for this is the history of the reunion or the union between the two parties in 2014 and 2017. But we'll get to that in a little while. Sanjay Raut, who addresses press every morning, has been very vocal about how the two parties need to come together, the two cousins need to come together for the larger good of Maharashtra and for saving Maharashtra from its potential enemies, making a very sly reference to his political arch rivals, that is the Shinde Sena and the Bharatiya Janata Party. But when you look at the MNS, the leaders there seem a little more cautious than UBT leaders, right? They are not ready to make a very blanket statement about how the two parties or two brothers need to come together. They're still holding on to the fact that the decision regarding the same will be taken by Raj Thackeray himself. But what is the reason for the MNS to hold itself back from entering into an alliance with UBT? Clearly, the strongest party in the opposition with 20 odd MLAs. Well, the reason for this is the common statement that has been put out by Avinash Zadav, MNS chief from Thane, former MNS chief from Thane, Amit Thackeray, son of Raj Thackeray himself, and Sandeep Deshpande, a senior leader from MNS. All these three individuals have made reference to 2014 and 2017 on how both these parties were very close to forge an alliance. But according to them, it is Shiv Sena UBT, back then Shiv Sena, erstwhile United Shiv Sena, backed out at the very last moment, costing a huge amount of political loss to MNS. What happened in 2014? In 2014, there was a Modi wave across the country, and when the dynamics of NDA were being decided, MNS was more than happy to join hands with Shiv Sena and BJP, under the larger umbrella of NDA, but that did not take place. While the BJP and Shiv Sena alliance got a majority of the MPs from the state thanks to the Modi wave, the same did not reflect as far as the pre-election buzz in that same year was concerned, because things became sour between BJP and Shiv Sena, and as a result of that, the Yuti or the alliance between the two parties broke up. Now, when this happened, Raj Thackeray has also gone on record multiple times talking about how Shiv Sena, UBT, made it very clear that they would want to join hands with the MNS to form an alliance for the larger good of Maharashtra or of Marathi people, something that has been the case this time around as well. But they claim that at the very last moment, Shiv Sena backed out from the alliance. The MNS had even gone to an extent wherein they stopped distributing AB forms, expecting Shiv Sena to reach out to them to form, with an official proposal of an alliance, but that did not happen, which led to some sort of panic in MNS, resulting into their massive loss in the 2014 Vidhan Sabha election. What happened in 2017, things changed a bit. It was Bala Nandgaonkar, a very close aide and a very trusted aide of Raj Thackeray, who reached out to the Matushri and put forth this unconditional proposal of how the Thackeray brothers need to reunite for the BMC election. That was the last time that civic polls took place in the state and of course in the city. What happened back then, as far as the MNS perspective or version is concerned, the leaders in the Shiv Sena, not the Thackeray's, but the likes of Anil Parab, Anil Desai, and all of these leaders, they gave an assurance, an oral assurance to MNS leader Bala Nandgaonkar that an alliance will be struck and they will convey the message of MNS chief Raj Thackeray to his cousin Uddhav Thackeray. But weeks after that, or rather days after that, Uddhav Thackeray made a public statement saying that no such proposal has come from any such party, and Shiv Sena will not be fighting this election, that is the 2017 civic poll election, in alliance with any other party. It was the second time that MNS had faced public humiliation in front of everyone. Now, 2017 BMC election was very interesting because the difference between the BJP and Shiv Sena was just of 2 seats. Right? Shiv Sena got 84 seats, BJP got 82 seats, and it became very clear that Shiv Sena's single-handed stronghold over BMC was very close to getting questioned by this huge saffron party which had started making its inroads not just in the rural parts of the state but also in the civic polls. MNS in that election got 7 corporators. To strengthen its position, 6 of the MNS corporators were horse traded by Shiv Sena, and the MNS eventually was only left with 1 corporator, something that did not go very well with Raj Thackeray and MNS. This is the reason that has been stated very publicly by all the senior leaders of MNS, is what is making them hold back from committing fully to an alliance. Firstly, they've stated that no official proposal has come from UBT. It's only statements being made in public by Uddhav Thackeray or by Sanjay Raut on a daily basis. But they will still be waiting for a proposal and a plan to come from the side of Shiv Sena UBT. Only then will they be able to go ahead with thinking of such an alliance. But if this alliance comes into place, there will be a lot of factors that will, or a lot of dynamics that will change in Maharashtra's politics. The potential Marathi vote bank, which is divided into 3 parties at the moment, especially in Mumbai, between Shiv Sena, UBT, Shinde Sena and MNS, will become a bilateral contest, with Shinde Sena facing probably a little more amount of wrath of it as compared to the BJP. And secondly, it has also been stated that MNS entry into this particular alliance is a move by the Bharatiya Janata Party to make sure that Shiv Sena UBT is distanced from its Mahavikas Aghadi allies, that is the Congress, and the Rashtriyawadi Congress Party, that is the NCP party. Well, with weeks to go from the for the civic poll elections across the state, preparations have already begun across the city and across the state, and a decision on a possible alliance is expected to come our way in a short time span. With camera person Gaurav, this is Anuj reporting for NDTV from Mumbai.